Let's bring it back home now. So today, an Emirates flight from Dubai was scheduled to land at the King Shaka International Airport. Reports suggest that due to regulations released by the South African government earlier in the week, Emirates Airlines has with immediate effect cancelled all international flights in and out of Durban. That took place yesterday. eNCA reporter Dasen Thathiah is at King Shaka International Airport and brings us the story now. Dasen, so we saw a clarification earlier today from the Department of Transport saying that while they did expect crew and passengers alike to have that negative PCR test taken within 72 hours before departure, that crew members who did not have such a test due to existing 14-day testing cycles wouldn't be excluded from entry into South Africa. They would in turn be expected to quarantine at their hotel. Has that clarification changed the response, or have we heard anything from Emirates about future flights coming into South Africa?
Well, it sounds like there is indeed a resolution, Anley, and I'm going to bring you more on that in just a second when I engage with the MEC for Economic Development in KZN. But I just want to draw your attention to that aircraft that is behind me now. That's a Qatar aircraft. It landed a little while ago and it received a water cannon salute as it made its way into King Shaka International Airport. That is the first lockdown level 1 international flight, if I could call it that. And this would have in fact been the second. As you mentioned, the Emirates flight was due to land at 1 and that was cancelled. So this flight has now landed, as we understand it. Their crew as well have first landed at Johannesburg. They have all of their documentation that is necessary, and in a short while a delegation here will be welcoming those passengers. But let me bring into the conversation now the MEC for Economic Development, Nomusa Dube. Thank you so much for joining me, MEC. I think just to go back to that issue around the Emirates, is it safe to say now that we should have Emirates flights landing here in the week? Has all of that been resolved?
Yes, we are very positive that with the discussions that the ministers are finalizing, that we should be having Emirates back very soon, landing in the Durban International King Shaka Airport. And as we can see that Qatar has just landed following a lot of hard work of all the teams to ensure that all the protocols and all the regulations are followed in relation to what the President has determined as the risk that needs to be managed as a result of COVID-19.
Sounds a little bit then like miscommunication, because you've got one airline here that has landed, the other one had to cancel its flights. Hopefully that communication is now a lot more clear.
Definitely it was a miscommunication, we do believe, because as you can see that another international flight has landed, and that is why we do believe that we will continue our discussion with the Emirates with a view of ensuring that there is no more glitches now moving forward as they prepare themselves to land to King Shaka International Airport. Indeed, a lot of other international airlines, as they prepare themselves as well, Turkish Airline, Mauritius, Air Mauritius, and other international and regional airlines are all ready as well to land back into the King Shaka International Airport. And that really means a lot for us as we really want to get back to our 6 million traffic that we're already registering here at the King Shaka International Airport.
And that's what I wanted to ask you, MEC. Surely to get the tourism wheels turning again, you need to ensure that those airlines do now come to the party. There used to be about 7, I think, operating at King Shaka. Are you confident then that in the next few weeks that we should see those flights now returning here? Is there positive feedback from those airlines?
There's positive feedback. British Airways, positive feedback. They've given us December as their resumption. As I say, Turkish Airlines, Air Mauritius, we are very positive that with those international airlines coming back, we should then see our numbers coming back. But also with a lot of other new airlines, such as continuing with our routes committee, which was pursuing other routes such as the Singapore, which used to fly to Durban, and other routes that we've been having very advanced discussions with them. We are going to be pursuing all those routes because we really want to ensure that we recover our tourism traffic. As we know that this is one of the sectors that has been hardest hit due to the pandemic, and we so much want to ensure that we support this industry to recover because it is one of the industry that is able also to ensure that we get as many jobs as we can into the economy.
Thank you very much, MEC. I know that you have to rush now to welcome those passengers as they get off that flight. I think the key takeaway there is that this is now part of the recovery, particularly for the tourism sector, and these international flights will play a huge role in that. Some positive news now coming out from the MEC saying that some of those international airlines have now spoken about a resumption of their flights. So hopefully we should start seeing that soon.
All right, thank you very much for that clarification. Dasen Thathiah coming to us from King Shaka International Airport.